Okay, let's cover the basic Photoshop information notes. Things to know. Changing your screen mode. It's simply the letter F. You don't have to do Command, Control, anything. Just press F. And what happens when you press F? It fills the screen with the program so you're not accidentally popping out into other areas of the desktop or other programs. You don't have to work that way, but it can alleviate some frustration because on the Mac the programs do not fill your whole screen. You can easily maneuver from one program to another, but for some people that can be frustrating. So the letter F takes care of that. Okay, next, copy, Command C or edit copy. So, we will cover resize canvas again too. So let me simply, let's, what do we want to do? Okay, it's gorgeous, beautiful. Okay, I made a little bit of a mess. So maybe I want to copy a section. I'm going to make a selection. Command C, copy, Command V, paste, and when you paste it goes to a new layer. Okay, so copy is Command C, paste, Command V. If I want to see this closer or zoom in, Command plus lets me zoom in and zoom out, Command minus. Okay, quick little shortcuts, very helpful. Command plus to zoom in, Command minus to zoom out. Or you can go to view and zoom in. It's just the longer way of doing it, and you see the shortcut next to it. That's the command symbol and a plus, or command symbol and minus. And the same for copy. You could go to edit, copy, or command C, edit, paste, or command V. Okay, moving on. Your workspace. For me, my workspace right now includes my canvas, and that is the area identified with the gray and white checker box right now. If I want to resize the canvas, let's just go back to that part of the notes. If you need to resize your canvas but don't want to resize the work on the canvas, you go to Image, Canvas Size. And you can target where you want this work to remain. So, if I want to add space, say, to the left of the current canvas, I would hold all my artwork here on the right. If I wanted to hold everything that you'd see on this screen in here, let's just cancel that for a minute. Let's turn this layer on just because it fills a little bit more. So back to canvas size. So if I want to add more to the top, to the height, I'm going to target the base of this current image to hold the work. So let's see what that looks like. I'm just going to adjust the height. I've anchored my current imagery to the bottom, and I'm going to change from 11 inches to 20. Click OK, and I'll zoom out so I see it all. But notice I've added 20 inches to the top. So image, canvas size, if I wanted to hold it on the right and add my size to the width, 28, click OK. And so, of course, it held everything to the right. And one last thing, you can come in and play with it so you see how it truly controls. You can simply leave it anchored or targeted in the center. And let's say I'm going to change from 8.5 to 20. I'm going to change the height from 11 to 20. So it's equally going to put that space out around it. So that's simply resizing your canvas. If you wanted to resize the canvas and the image, everything get resized, you go to image size. And again, whatever size you want it to become, it's going to stretch it. So let's just change 20. If you'll notice, I had 8.5, and when I put 20 into the width, it automatically changed the height because they were linked. I can keep them linked so everything stays proportional, or I can unlink them. That would be up to you. So let's just change that to 20. It automatically proportionally increased the height. And look at that. So it's resized. It's now, you can see 20 because we have a ruler open at top. Okay, so for resizing canvas, you just go to image, canvas size. We did copy and paste, zoom in, zoom out, workspace. Workspace is how you have your panels situated, what panels you have open. You have a canvas. Every workspace has a canvas. There are default workspaces already set up. We have essentials. And let's just go full screen for a moment. So essentials, you see what it gave me. Let's go back. I'm sorry, I lost my shortcut here. Where did they go? Okay, well, my icon shortcut for changing workspace has, because my options disappeared. That's why. Okay, you could check out what 3D is. There is no change in how the program functions depending on workspace. All it is different layout of panels. So if using motion is something you're going to use Photoshop for, then you would have panels open that are most likely going to be used. For painting, if you're going to use Photoshop for painting, you'd want the panels open that you are most likely to need all the time. So whichever layout works for you is fine. However, you can have your own. So, and if you mess up your layout, meaning let's say I start to drag things around because I decide I just need to move them for that particular moment. Now I've created a mess. I don't know where anything is. I can always go back, and whichever workspace you are selected on, you have a reset down here. So I could just click reset. Okay. I've created a few of my own, obviously just for demonstration purposes, but let me show you. Let's say I always want layers open. I always want to have my history open. Obviously, I always want my tools open, and well, that's good for now. Okay, so if this is the layout I want to create a new workspace. So, new workspace, I can name it. Let's call this one Miss F4 and click Save. So now I've created my own layout. It's been added to the list. So you can have your own custom layout. But again, no layout prevents you from accessing things you don't see because most panels live under window. Okay. So let's come down here. For resetting the workspace, I just showed you reset. And it's going to put it back because I had history. Setting up your own workspace, create your own layout. All you have to do is go to new workspace and label it. Properties panel. Briefly talked properties when we did the text tool. The properties panel is going to be similar to your options toolbar. Depending on what you're doing or what you have selected on your screen is really going to depend on what you end up seeing in properties. History panel gives you those layers of undo. Let's reset my workspace to get it back. You can see all these different steps that I've done since opening this up. Selections, different tools I demonstrated. I can undo it by moving my way up one at a time. Now, when you see the panel, it probably opens small. Hover over the corner and drag it long. Okay, and you can jump back to the bottom if you've undone too much. So history is great. It gives you many levels of undo. I think it's about 20. Maybe it's a little more. Okay, and again, options, your toolbar at the top. Keep it open no matter what workspace you have. It gives you all different options depending on what tools you are using at the time. Okay. Your layers panel, lock and unlock. So you can have a layer, and if you want to protect it, select the layer and you can click this padlock and it will lock it. And then before you use it, you have to click it to get rid of it. Okay, rename a layer. Click right on the text or double click on the text and then it should be editable. You can label it, press return. The auto select we went through with the move tool. Make sure you have auto select turned on, and that is in your options toolbar. Rearranging layers. You can very simply click and drag a layer. Right now, let's actually put this in a new place so that it stands out more. Okay, so we can see it's down here, right? Okay, that's a really bad, you know what? Let me draw something in a different color. Okay, so right now this white box is on top. I can click and drag. Now it's behind. I see a little of it behind. Let me zoom in. Okay, you just click and drag to rearrange a layer. You want to duplicate a layer, you can right click, duplicate layer, click OK. It can say original copy, or you could have renamed it. Command J, shortcut for duplicating a layer. And turning layers off. Oh, well, first let me delete. I'm just going to delete all these. While the layer's selected, I can just use my backspace delete key. If you want to turn a layer off, all you have to do is click on the eyeball. Okay? And that covers basic Photoshop information.